How's it, guys? I just wanted to make this video quickly before the content of episode 5 of Mind Matters plays out. Just to inform you guys that you would notice in the video that I seem very uncomfortable, which I was when I shot this. Making this video the day after I shot the content for episode 5. It wasn't a good day for me physically. I was in a lot of pain. But it's important for you guys to note that I will continue to do this even if I am not physically feeling well, because it's important that I get this information out. And it's important for you guys to realize that, you know, although I make quadriplegia look quite easy, it is quite a difficult thing to cope with, the pain and just, you know, the whole rundown of being paralyzed. You'll notice a lot that I also do this, which is, some people have said it's quite distracting, and I need you guys to understand that I do that because I can't stand. So when I talk, I used to talk with my hands when I was able-bodied, which is something I can't do anymore. So when I shift around like that, it's basically me speaking with my hands. Otherwise I feel too rigid and too structured. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's the point of this video, is just to let you guys know the two things, so that you guys do not get worried or ask questions about how I'm feeling. Basically, this is to solve that, and also to let you know that I'm here for you. Whether I feel up to it or not is irrelevant. I need to look after the people that need my help, and that takes precedent every single time. So thank you so much. Enjoy the video. Let me know what you think of the video in black and white. I thought I'll change things up a bit, so let me know what you think. Have a fantastic day. Please reach out to me if you need to speak about anything regarding mental health or anything else for that matter. My contact details are available on www.tigerstripes.co.za or on my social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, which is Tiger Stripes Revolution, and then you can email me as well at dan@tigerstripes.co.za. Fantastic. Thank you so much and have a great day. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mind Matters. Today is episode 5, and we'll be dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, commonly known as PTSD. Before we get cracking into this topic, we just need to define a few things. The first being, what exactly is trauma? Now, the American Psychological Association, which I use as the definitive body for psychology when I'm doing these videos, describes trauma as any disturbing experience that results in significant fear, helplessness, disassociation, confusion, or other disruptive feelings intense enough to have a long-lasting negative effect on a person's attitudes, behavior, and other aspects of functioning. Traumatic events include those caused by human behavior, such as rape, genocide, war, as well as any events by nature, such as natural disasters, hurricanes, tsunamis, tornadoes, and the like, and often challenge an individual's view of the world as a just and safe, predictable place. So now that we've defined trauma, let's move on to PTSD. As I stated earlier, it stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. So it is a mental affliction that occurs after someone has either experienced a traumatic event directly or indirectly. We'll get into that a little bit later. So let's give the APA's official definition. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a psychiatric disorder that can often occur in people who have experienced or witnessed a traumatic event, such as a natural disaster, a serious accident, a terrorist act, war or combat, rape, or other violent personal assaults. So basically, it's something that occurs after the traumatic event, because the people who have experienced the trauma have difficulty navigating through their emotions and the impact it had on their lives. and it can be quite devastating. There's 4 signs that you can look out for. It's intrusive thoughts, such as repeated involuntary memories, distressing dreams or flashbacks of the traumatic event, avoiding reminders of the traumatic event, such as not going back to the place of the accident, or not playing the sport that caused an injury, or not going back to war as a soldier. It can also include negative thoughts and feelings. And lastly, arousal and reactive symptoms, which may include being irritable, having angry outbursts, behaving recklessly, or in self-destructive ways. It's important to understand that post-traumatic stress has been around for quite some time, and because psychology is still relatively a new science, with most of the founding fathers having died less than 100 years ago, that it was something around, especially during wartime, when countries used to go to war a lot more. Back then, around about World War I, it was known as shell shock. After World War II, it became known as something called combat fatigue. And what raised the interest of psychology is that it wasn't just the soldiers who actually experienced first-hand combat, but it was anybody that was in the military that was experiencing these symptoms, even if they were hundreds of kilometers away from battle. And that's where post-traumatic stress disorder was put in front and center into the world of psychology. I hope this video has helped you. If you have suffered from some sort of traumatic event and you need assistance, please do reach out to your therapist or a therapist. If you don't have your own, please excuse my little baby Ray running around having fun outside. We're back to it now. So if you do feel like any of the symptoms I've discussed earlier is something that you are suffering from, please do reach out to a mental health practitioner who can assist you. Please also know that trauma is unique and it's valid. Just because your trauma may not be as severe as somebody else's, doesn't make it any less important. It is vitally important that you understand that. On a side note, I thank you so much for the kind and positive feedback I've got from these videos. A lot of people said they loved the rawness of the videos, and that's exactly what it is, because I want to break down the stigma around mental health. And that means making mistakes. That means not always being sure of yourself. That means taking a break to think and reflect. It's all part of the process. Please continue sharing, commenting, and doing the things that people do with videos like this. It's much appreciated. It's much obliged. Until we see you again, have a great day. Thank you.